Hi there, in this video I'm going to show you how to install Joomla 3 on CentOs 7. To get to this point you'll need to have Apache installed, MariaDB installed, and you'll also need to have CentOs 7 installed. So I'll link those videos below, and if needs be watch them and catch up to this point. So to get started here I'm just going to open up the terminal. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to get the Joomla files. So I have a link on the clipboard here and I'll paste this below so you just copy and paste it as you follow along. So I'm going to type in sudo wget and I have this link here, so let me paste it in. And you can see we're going to downloads.joomla.org and we're getting Joomla 383. So I'm just going to click return here and I'll type in my password. And you can see it will begin to download Joomla for us. So what I'll do is I'll pause the video here while Joomla is downloading. Okay, so this looks good. We can see it looks like Joomla has downloaded for us here. So I'm just going to type in ls and we can see it is here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to create a folder called Joomla. So I'm going to type in sudo mkdir and I'm going to call it Joomla. And next I'm going to move that Joomla zip package into that Joomla directory by typing in sudo mv Joomla, and I'll use tab completion to tab it out, and then I will move it into the Joomla folder. Okay, so now let's cd into our Joomla folder. Again, just using tab completion by pressing tab to complete the line for me. Let's just make sure we have our package here. So ls, and we can see that that's here. So I'm just going to type in sudo unzip. Oh, and it won't let me tab it out here, so I'll just copy and paste it. I'll just do this and let me paste this here. And then I'll hit enter. And we can see it's now unzipping for us here. So this will only take a second. Perfect. So now we need to let me just run ls. And we can see we have our files. So I'm just going to remove this Joomla zip folder now by typing in sudo rm and Joomla. Let's do ls. Perfect. And then we can now see we have our unzipped files in a Joomla directory. Okay, so all this looks good. So now let's move this Joomla folder into our Apache directory. So I'm just going to come out here by doing cd space dot dot, and I'm going to type in sudo mv for move Joomla and space /var www html, and I'll hit return here, and let's just double check that it went in there. So I'll do ls var www html. Perfect, and you can see we now have Joomla there. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to install PHP to make sure that we have that for Joomla to use. So I'm going to type in sudo yum install. Oh, let me just correct this typo. PHP, and I'll hit return. Okay, and this should go off and fetch what it needs to fetch. And I'm just going to click Y for yes. And I'll just pause this here while this installs. Oh, we might actually be okay. It should be here now in a second. Perfect. Okay. So I'm just going to then install one more PHP extension to make sure that Joomla will work. And this is sudo yum install php -mysqli, and I'll hit return, and this should go off and fetch what we need, and I'll click yes here. Okay, and we've installed the PHP and the PHP extension that we need for Joomla. Okay, now that we've done that, let's just configure Apache now so it knows where to look to get the Joomla files. So I'm going to type in sudo vi /etc httpd. I'm going to go into conf.d, and it's going to go into conf, and I'm going to type in httpd.conf, and I'll hit return. And what I'm looking for here is the document root, so I'm just going to scroll down here really quickly, and we should find our document root that we need, and here it is. So I'm going to press I to go into insert mode. I'm just going to add a forward slash onto the end of HTML, and I'm going to type in Joomla. And just be sure if you use the capital case J to have your capital here as well, because it is case sensitive. So I'm going to press escape, W, Q, exclamation mark to write, quit, and leave. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to restart Apache to make sure it's picked up all those changes that we've made. So to do so, type in sudo service httpd restart. And this should restart first there without issue. Okay, so we're really getting there now. So I'm just going to give Apache then permission on that Joomla directory as well. So to do so, I'm going to type in sudo chown Apache :Apache for user and group. And let's put in -r for recursive. And we're going to say var www HTML and let's say Joomla to make sure it has it. And then pop in your password when prompted. Oh, I have a typo here. Let me just correct this. And I'll make this a capital R. And that looks like it's done for us now. And now that we've done that, we'll just add one more permission for SE Linux. So to do so, I'll type in sudo, and I have a command, paste it here. So I'll paste it in, and I'll leave this below, so you just copy and paste yourself. But chcon rv HTTP access into var www HTML, and I'll click return. And it's changed the security for us there. Okay, so we're really getting there now. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to come up, click on Applications, and I am going to open Firefox. And when this opens, I'm going to navigate to my local host here. So local host. Okay, perfect. And you can see now we're being prompted for our Joomla install. So let's have a look here at some of the options that they're asking us for. So I'm going to leave my language as English. I'm going to call it Darren's test site. So if you're using this for a site you plan to use, give it your site name. Description I'm going to leave blank. Email is going to put in test@test.com, but be sure to enter your own email if you're using this for a production site. Username, I'm just going to say Darren. I'm going to pop in a password here. It won't be a secure password, but if you're using this for a production site, again, be sure to use secure passwords. I'm going to confirm my password, and I'm going to leave the site offline as no, and then I'll click next. Okay, so it's given us some SQL options here, so let's have a look at what it's looking for. So MySQLi, that's that PHP extension we installed. Okay, and it's looking for database, which will be on our local host. So the username is going to be Darren for my database username, and I'm just going to set the password as password123. Again, use a secure password if this is on a production system. Database name, we'll call it Joomla. Let's see what else it's looking for here. Okay, so now we just need to actually pop back to our terminal here, and I'm going to type in MySQL -eu root -p, and I'm going to pop in my password when prompted. So I'm going to then create my database here. So I'm going to type in create database. I'm going to call it Joomla with a semicolon to finish that off. Okay, so we have our database created now. Okay, so we just need to grant access now to that database user which we created. So let me just paste this in, this command I have. So I'm going to say grant all on Joomla to Darren at localhost identified by password123, and just a semicolon to finish that off. And that looks like it's worked there. So I'm going to exit to leave this window now. So now I'm going to go back to our Firefox window, and I am going to click next. Okay, and I'm just going to say put in some sample data. You don't have to if you don't need to. Email configuration? No, I'm not going to get that sent to me. Site offline? No. So let's have a look at our pre-install check. So you can see we're green across the board here, so we're okay to click install. And we'll just let it do its thing here. So I'll just pause the video while it's installed. Okay, so we're looking good here. It says congratulations, Joomla is now installed. Okay, we don't want to install extra languages. I'm okay for that. So I'm just going to click to remove this installation folder, and it looks like it has been successfully removed. So let's go and have a look at our site here. Perfect, and we now have our Joomla test site. So that is how to install Joomla 3 on CentOs 7. If you encountered any difficulty, be sure to comment below, and if I can help, I certainly will. And please do subscribe and like the video to keep up to date with more videos like this. Thanks for watching.